Bắc Ninh.
Bắc Ninh is a province of Vietnam, located in the Red River Delta of the northern part of the country. It is the smallest province of Vietnam by area and is situated to the east of the nation's capital, Hanoi, and borders
Bắc Giang,
Province,
Hưng Yên,
Province,
Hải Dương,
Province, and Hanoi. The province covers an area of 822.71 square kilometers, 317.65 sq mi. It comprises 2 cities, 2 towns, and 4 districts. The province is rich in culture and is known nationally for
quan họ,
folk music.
quan họ.
Quan H was recognized as an intangible cultural heritage by the UNESCO in 2009.
Bắc Ninh.
Bắc Ninh has a Human Development Index of 0.779 high, ranking 7th among all municipalities and provinces of Vietnam. History. During the
Hồng Bàng
period,
Bắc Ninh
belonged to
Bộ Vũ Ninh.
is at a local level the highest administrative unit under the dynasties of the Heng kings. Under the El and Tern dynasties, it belonged to El Bc Ninh. It belonged to the Tui and Kin Bc under the El dynasty, and then changed into Tern Kin Bc and Bc Ninh. Under Emperor Minmeng of the Nguyen dynasty, it was renamed Bc Ninh Province in 1831. Geography. Topography.
Bắc Ninh
Has a rather even and flat terrain, mainly sloping from north to south and west to east, causing currents to flow down into the
Đuống,
and
Thái Bình.
rivers. Field areas are 3 to 7 meters high, and hill and mountain areas are 300 to 400 meter high above sea level. Its hills and mountains only make up 0.53% of its natural area, mainly in the 2 districts of Cư Vi and Ti and Du. Also, there are shallow depressions along dikes under the districts of and
Gia Bình, Lương Tài, Quế Võ Ân Yên Phong.
Natural resources. The province's total natural land area is 822.7 square kilometers, in which agricultural land, forestry land, specialized and residential land, and unused land account for 54%, 0.7%, 31%, and 14.3% respectively. The province's mineral reserve is limited, mainly construction materials such as clay in
Quế Võ,
and
Tiên Du,
sandstone in
Thị Cầu, Vũ Ninh, Bắc Ninh,
town, and peat in
Yên Phong. Lý Thái Tổ,
born on the March 8, 974, died on the 31 March 1028. Personal name,
Lý Công Vân,
temple name,
Thái Tổ,
was a founding emperor of El dynasty and the 6th ruler of Ivit. He reigned from 1009 to 1028. Early years.
Lý Công Vân,
Was born in
Đình Bàng,
village,
Tử Sơn, Bắc Ninh.
province in 974. The identity of his birth father is unknown. Likewise, little is known about his maternal side, except that his mother was surnamed
Phạm,
According to the Vietnamese chronicle,
Đại Việt Sử Ký Toàn Thư.
his mother gave him up for adoption to a man named
Lý Khánh Vân,
at the age of 3. The El clan of
Lý Công Uẩn,
his adoptive father
Lý Khánh Vân,
was a Vietic Tao Hua clan that originated from the highland regions in Pheng district. Climate. BC Ninh features a warm humid subtropical climate with plentiful precipitation. BC Ninh is located in a tropical monsoon region. The annual average temperature is 24 C. The highest is 30 C in July. The lowest is 6 C in January. The province experiences the typical climate of northern Vietnam, where summers are hot and humid, and winters are, by national standards, relatively cold and dry. Summers, lasting from May to September, are hot and humid, receiving the majority of the annual 1,680 mm 66.1 in of rainfall. The winters, lasting from November to March, are relatively mild, dry in the first half or humid in the second half, while spring-April can bring light rains. Autumn-October is the best time of the year in terms of weather. The average annual sunshine is 1,530–1,776 hours, while the relative humidity is 79%. Administration divisions. BC Ninh is subdivided into 8 district-level subdivisions, 2 provincial cities, 2 towns, 4 districts. Demographics. In terms of land area, BC Ninh is the smallest of all Vietnamese provinces and in fact, is smaller than any of the 5 province-level municipalities. It is, however, home to a relatively large number of people for its size, having the highest population density of any province. On average, there are over 1,200 people for every square kilometer of land in BC Ninh. Transport. BC Ninh is situated about 30 kilometers from Hanoi and Nha International Airport, and some 100 kilometers from Haiphong, H Long, Ci Lane Port, and Lang Sen Border Gate roadway. The province has over 3,906.8 kilometers of road, 104.8 kilometers of which are from 4 routes of national roads of number 1. Economy. BC Ninh province lies on the major traffic artery linking Vietnam and China, which is a strongly growing market and expected to be larger as the China-ASEAN Free Trade Area is formed. It also lies on the Nanning-Lang Sen Hanoi Haiphong and Nanning-Singapore economic corridors, the Hanoi Capital City Planning Area, and the busy Hanoi Haiphong Cung Ninh Economic Development Triangle. BC Ninh province is known as a light point in industrial development and has been lifting rapidly with long steps of industrialization modernization. BC Ninh has 15 industrial parks with a total area of 7,681 ha, of which 9 have operated effectively. The industrial parks have lured 272 foreign direct investment (FDI) projects totaling to over $3.7 billion, including those invested by Canon, Samsung, P&L, Sumitomo, Foxconn, ABB, Orion, PepsiCo, and Nokia. They have attracted 254 domestic projects with a total registered capital over $1 billion and a labor force of more than 83,000. BC Ninh has as many as 120 handicraft producing villages, 62 of which are involved in producing traditional products such as copper casting (IBIGIABNH), iron and steel (HITSEN), and wooden products (NK Kim Sen). They have the upper hand and high potential to contribute to BC Ninh's economic development. Culture. BC Ninh is hometown of not only
Kinh Dương Vương,
the very first king of ancient Vit ethic, but also of 8 kings of the El dynasty. Many historical and cultural relics such as temple where 8 kings of the El dynasty are worshipped, Du Pagoda, the first pagoda in Vietnamese history, B Teeth P Pagoda and Ancient Pagoda, PT Teach Pagoda, Du Pagoda, and the local literature temple. BC Ninh hosts thousands of local festivals from small to large, having special meanings such as the Du Pagoda Festival, the Lim Festival, the Temple Festival, and the
Bà Chúa Kho.
Temple Festival. The Quan H style has its origins in what now constitutes the BC Ninh province. and was first recorded in the 13th century. It has traditionally been associated with the spring festivals that follow the celebration of Tet, the Vietnamese New Year. Quan H is recognized as the intangible cultural heritage by the UNESCO in 2009. International relations: Angola, Cambodia, South Korea, Laos, Japan. barber shop on the street.